understand that the Republican Party does not want to talk about abortion. It does not want to talk about anything except for essentially immigration. They'll talk inflation, although it is largely, not totally, starting to flatline. The big problem is, of course, rents. And that is driving up the cost. That is driving up, and that is, in many respects, tied to the Fed's decision to raise interest rates, which slows down home buying, which slows down new home building, which then creates pressure on rentals. They really want to talk about immigration, but they also know we don't want to be sitting here slamming immigrants. So we need to sort of like do this sideways. What are the other things? We don't have there's no caravan yet. They're probably down somewhere in, I don't know, in Honduras or Guatemala trying to get a caravan going.
They're still in ones and twosies formation.
Yeah, ones and twosies formation. So what are they going to talk about? Well, of course, they're going to talk about all the drugs that are coming in supposedly from the immigrants.
Bill Clinton weighed in. He thinks that Republicans have a way of trying to win. Listen to him here.
You have to note the Republicans always close well. Why? Because they find some new way to scare the living daylights out of swing voters about something. That's what they did in 2021, where they made critical race theory sound worse than smallpox.
I mean, Greg Gutfeld last night on the 5. Well, he said the Democrats have been trying to scare people as well.
I know. I was going to say, like, newsflash, Bill, your party's doing that just fine. We don't need to help you with that at all. You're scaring voters everywhere with the open border. I mean, just last month, 2,000 pounds of fentanyl came across our border. That could kill 500 million people. We're coming into Halloween. Every mom in the country right now is worried.
Nuclear
what if this gets
fentanyl
into my kid's Halloween basket?
You're talking about the rainbow.
The rainbow fentanyl. What if my teenager gets this? And the
Sorry, I talked over that. That was my bad. Can we just go back to the final 15 seconds? But like, if everyone took
500 million
fentanyl, right?
people.
I know,
this is like
right?
a thing where they're like, this frog has enough poison to kill 6 million people.
I'm like, yeah, if we all ate this frog, yes, we'd all die.
I will say this. I am against the fentanyl distribution programs that we're setting up for teenagers. That is wrong.
I agree.
Also, like the 500 million dead, because you can't say 1 million because that's how many people died of COVID and they don't treat that seriously.
Wait, also, like, what the Democrats are scaring people with open borders. First off, we don't have open borders. Second off, you're literally scaring people with this fake notion of open borders.
Yeah, but they're just pointing it out. We're the ones doing it, opening up the doors and the borders. All right, sorry about that, Bradley.
Yeah, just fine. We don't need to help you with that at all. You're scaring voters everywhere with the open border. I mean, just last month, 2,000 pounds of fentanyl came across our border. That could kill 500 million people. We're coming into Halloween. Every mom in the country right now is worried. What if this gets into my kid's Halloween basket?
You're talking about the rainbow.
The rainbow fentanyl. What if my teenager gets this? And
Every mom in the country is worrying about that.
Perino's like, of course, the rainbow fentanyl.
I mean,
what's amazing is, like, she's literally addressing the criticism that you're trying to scare people, and you're telling people that candy giver outers are going to say, like, well, I could go buy Snickers and spend $5 on a bag of Snickers, or I got this fentanyl I scored. I'm going to put that in my grab bag.
Give it for free away, because that's what people who are in the fentanyl business are in it for. They're in it for the charitable giving out of the fentanyl, not the usage or sale of said fentanyl.
Like, the only thing she could have done to verify what Clinton said more is to say that actually CRT is worse than smallpox.
Exactly. It's actually worse than smallpox, because smallpox actually has vaccinations. We cannot vaccinate against CRT.
I'm old enough to remember when I was told to look out for needles in my candy bars.
Razor blades in the apples is what I used to get.
Yeah.
And I'm not convinced now that wasn't basically a story planted by the candy companies to get people to not give fruit
Right.
and apples at that time of year.
I mean, so okay. I've never got it. That's how your apple obsession started, it seems. But I've never gotten an apple trick or treating. I got candy, and I literally was told by and my family's like kind of liberal, but my mom would even be like, just watch out for if the candy's already open. This was just a real thing that people were scaremongered about, and they're just updating it for fentanyl because it's rainbow colored now for kids. So silly.
Yeah, that is. But you got to appreciate the fact that she was able to pivot from like, oh, you think I'm crazy? I'll show you crazy.
Yeah.
Was that sort of dynamic?
All your kids are gonna die.
Oh, I'm up here scaring people? It's funny you say
Razor
that.
blades in the
Seeing as how you're basically allowing people to have fentanyl in their candy in October.
Like the classics, like there's gonna be razor blades in your caramel apple suckers type
Yep.
of fear mongering.
Yeah.
Yep.